And they're organizing the students, and the students are using the internet, which brings me to Google. I want to talk to you a little bit about Google. The Google chief executive, Eric Schmidt, has said yesterday that Google is very, very proud of Wael Noam. He is the company executive who admitted himself helped organize the 18 days of protest in Egypt that resulted in the ouster of President Hosni Mubarak. But there is another Google executive that we showed you yesterday that is in the same boat. Some in the media have theorized now that I'm bizarrely inserting Google into the story of the Egyptian revolution. No, Google is bizarrely inserting Google into the story of the Egyptian revolution. I want to point out tonight that I'm really not sure that I want my search engine involved in government overthrows, good or bad. What I want from a search engine is good search results. This is not the issue. I'm not afraid that Google is reading my email or tapping your phone lines or stealing grandma's recipes. That kind of paranoia is reserved for the left during the Bush administration with Microsoft. What I'm starting to look at is Google, and Google as a whole. You know, they said, don't be evil. Well, what does that mean exactly? What are their motivations? Who are they working with? What are they doing on an everyday basis? Where do they give all of their money? I'm just not so sure as I look into Google that I want to use their products any more than I have to. And some of their products, I think I have to. I'm not leading any boycott. I hate boycotts. You do it your time, your money, and your information, what you want. For me personally, I'm not feeling real comfortable about the current direction of Google the more I find out. Why? Well, let me give you a few reasons. First of all, they are working really, really closely with the government. That's okay. They have a close relationship with the NSA. Okay. They work closely with law enforcement. Cool with that. Last year, they signed a $27 million deal with the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency. I don't even know what that is. But they've been accused of receiving preferential treatment and receiving $6.5 million contract with the General Services Administration. They are working hard to bring us net neutrality, the kind of net neutrality that we've talked about on this program, that hard left groups like Free Press are advocating for. Eric Schmidt, the former CEO, he resigned 2 weeks ago. He is on the White House Council for Science and Technology, co-chaired by John Holdren. They also have privileged access to NASA airfields. Second point, they're working way too close for my comfort with hardcore leftists. Eric Schmidt is on the board of an organization called the Politics of Trust Network. You might recognize a couple of other names on that board, like Van Jones, and Drummond Pike, the former CEO and founder of the Tides Foundation, a founding board trustee there. In 2010, the Google Inc. charitable giving fund of the Tides Foundation gave over $145 million directly to nonprofits and academic institutions. Google has made donations in the seven-figure range to MoveOn.org. Oh, George Soros is doing that too, one of the farthest left political action groups in America. They also gave money to the Trickle Up program, a big recipient of cash from the Tides Foundation and George Soros's Open Society Institute. And speaking of George Soros, here's CEO Eric Schmidt saying, well, this about George Soros.
My view of Mr. Soros is that he is one of the most important people in the world today in terms of the impact that he's had.
Oh, I can't say I disagree there, but there's so much more. Next.